All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is "Mysterious Stingray Pregnancy Leaves Many to Wonder if a shark is if a shark is the father." You guys send me some of the weirdest things ever, but we're here. Let's.
A pregnant stingray's ultrasound. That's what you're looking at, and it's because Charlotte, the stingray who lives in the North Carolina aquarium, well, she doesn't have an obvious baby daddy. You see, the aquarium doesn't have any male rays, and Charlotte hasn't shared a tank with one in over 8 years, but she does share that tank with 2 young male sharks, and caretakers noticed that she was covered in bite marks, and apparently sharks get kind of rough when they mate. So,
oh my God, this what I don't understand. Guys, it's plausible. All right, if the young stingray, has had no other stingrays near her, but there were sharks, and somehow the stingray is pregnant. We're about to enter into a super wild time to exist in, guys, aren't we? Imagine a shark stingray, brand new species.
Well, Charlotte is due within the next 2 weeks. We should have some solid answers soon, but I can't wait for those solid answers. So who do I call? I call Forrest Galante, a wildlife expert and biologist, and today I guess the stand-in for Maury Povich.
Okay, so the question is, can that thing get itself pregnant? Hey, listen, it's plausible. There has been weirder things that have happened, on planet Earth, guys.
Yeah, you got it.
What is going on here? I mean, first of all, I've been Googling a lot, and I don't want to show the images, but from a mechanic standpoint,
it is possible, yeah.
Bro, did you look that up?
Believe it or not, especially with small benthic sharks, there are 2 small benthic male sharks in that aquarium. It is possible for copulation to take place. Anatomically speaking.
Anatomically speaking.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
And so does that mean that the sharks would come, because I'm looking at these pictures.
Bro, you're asking all of the right questions.
And I've actually seen you post videos of sharks doing it.
I have indeed.
And it just seems...
You're sharing this type of...
It's like a crazy wrestling match. So the stingray would be on the bottom?
Yeah, so there would be this wrapping around sensation where there'd be... yeah, it's graphic. The animals' bodies would become intertwined, and then the male, which has a hemipenis, actually 2 penises, would then insert into the female's cloaca, which is a very graphic way of saying it's sort of this dance. It sounds gross. It's actually pretty beautiful. But I don't know if anybody's ever...
It's beautiful.
...seen a stingray and a shark going at it. So this is a whole different story.
Bro, can you imagine having 2 of those? Guys, think about that. That would be... I mean, what would you need 2 of them for? Like how, like girls, right? So they have one orifice, and then there's another orifice, right? There's the fun one, and then the one that just excretes the urine, right? So maybe something like that, right? We have 2 of them. They function potentially, right, the same. That doesn't make it, but like how women have. You get what I'm saying here? Imagine we have 2 of them. One specifically for one thing. Birth control. Guys.
Story we got.
So
think about birth control.
Do you think that this is what happened? We're going to see this mutant, or do you think that something else is going on?
Well, Gotti, there's really 3 options here. Okay. So the first one is the one that we've just discussed, which is this crazy hybridization, interspecies relationship.
Right.
The second is something that sharks, rays, and some reptiles are capable of doing, which is sperm retention. So if there was a male in with that female stingray some 8+ years ago, believe it or not, if they had mated 8 years ago, that female would be capable of retaining the sperm and putting out offspring 8 years later.
Whoa.
But it's highly, highly unlikely because that's a very, very long
expiration date.
Bro, could you imagine that happening to you? You watching. Imagine that. Imagine you had, it was a wild night in your 20s, right? And then 8 years later, you find out you're having a baby, bro. Come on, you can't be responsible for that, bro. That's crazy.
Date on that sperm is probably not 8 years.
Exactly.
So what's the third option?
So the third, and I think most interesting option, is a process called parthenogenesis.
Okay.
So parthenogenesis is an evolutionary adaptation that some creatures have developed to basically save the species. So when a female is isolated, a female of a shark, a ray, some species of reptile are isolated with no males for long enough, something sort of triggers in their brain and goes, hey, we got to save the species. If I don't reproduce, the species is going to dry up and disappear. Right. And parthenogenesis kicks in, which is basically a clone where the mother will produce a female clone offspring of herself, or several in some cases, in hopes of those offspring, which are perfectly fertile, going out and hopefully finding a mate to mate.
So like virgin birth, or if I remember Jurassic Park, like life finds a way.
Finds a way. That's right, Gotti.
So
what?
Wild.
It's a fantastic problem.
That's what happened. Let's just be honest here, okay? We're not going to have those shark stingray hybrids, even though that would be absolutely amazing. I would love to see that gigantic monstrosity, right? But what he just said, come on, that's what happened.
Process.
When we find out about the birth is going to happen,
Yep.
it's going to pop out, and we will have conclusive answers then. But are we going to be able to study the genome? Are we going to learn about the genes?
Yeah, we should
be a
be able
clone.
to tell. I mean, if it were some sort of hybrid, it would be very, very clear immediately that this is something, looks like a
Right.
guitar fish, something halfway between a shark and a stingray. So I think we'll be able to rule that out very quickly. Whether it's parthenogenic or whether there's genetic diversity, we'll be able to tell by taking DNA and actually looking at the cellular structure of the animals.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Forrest, I could talk to you about this all night.
Yeah,
I
bro,
love the
don't
shark
leave.
Shirt,
It seemed
the guns,
appropriate.
dude. Thank you so much. We got to go fishing soon.
Please, come up, Gotti, anytime.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for
Guys, I'm actually upset that this is not longer. Initially, generally, when they send me links, my project manager has everything set up for me just to click. I don't even read them, right? So my first time reading it is my first time saying it to you guys. So now imagine reading this title, okay, going through it, and I'm just, my mind's blown. I don't understand it. Then also feeling very strange about the title. How can this be a thing? And now to the point where I kind of want to know more. I feel like I need to know more about this oddity, right? And if I didn't know that sharks had two phalluses, that's beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. I don't know what they do with those two things, right? Could there be multiple orifices on the other one? Is that a thing? I don't understand the point of that, but I wouldn't specifically want it unless it gave like human men the ability to use one for fun and the other one for babies. All right, that would solve a lot of problems, guys. You know that. All right, you know that. I'm not crazy here, even though you're probably looking at me like I'm crazy. Don't do that. I'm being honest with you guys. You guys are in. But either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.